No Indian kitchen is without onion and garlics. Our cuisine making preparation always need onion and garlic bulbs. They add to the flavor and quality of the cuisines, and they are very useful in building the body immunity, curing the various ailments. They have the pungent sulfur containing compounds and have very pungent odor. But have you ever heard of forest onions? Whatever we cultivate in our gardens, that is onion, Ilium sapa, and garlic, Ilium sativum. But in the wilderness, we have many wild Ilium species, and all of them are edible. On tour to Madhva Forest, Madhva Valley, we stayed at a location called Yurdu, and for the dinner, locals served the alpine leek, wild onion, botanically identified as Allium victorialis, popularly called as victory onion, also known as alpine leek. It is found in subalpine mountain situations. It grows in the wilderness under the trees, and its leaves are unusual, like they are so broad. In case of onions and garlics, which we cultivate, usually the leaves are much narrower, they are linear, or they are fistular, cylindrical, but they are not that broad as the victory onion leaf is. It is more than 3-4 centimeter wide, and on crushing the leaves, it emits exactly garlic like smell. This is Allium victorialis, called as Gurham or Girham in the wilderness of Tolail in Gurez mountains. It was the year 2007 when I happened to visit Tolail mountains, and in the wilderness at height of about 12,000 feet I could locate Allium seminovi growing along with Lanicera purpuruscens and Rosa babiana in the stony habitat. But that was simple encounter, simple taxonomy study, and I could not have the time to have its vegetable. But I was lucky to relish the sweet, tasty, delicious vegetable prepared out of the leaves of Allium victorialis, locally called as Vatrobe in the Madhva Valley of Kishtwar district and Madhva Forest Division. Under the name Vatrobe, locals go to the mountains and collect the leaves of Allium victorialis. So the leaves are much broader and so delicious. They can be eaten even raw, or they are cooked as a leafy vegetable. Like onions, we can make the preparation as paste of the leaves, and it can be used even as a victory onion parantha, or we can stuff in samosas to innovate victory onion samosas. Uh, this particular leafy vegetable is very popular among the locals of Madhva Valley, especially the people living beside the river Marsudar, coming from Afti, Rikinwas towards Pakkal and ultimately joining with the Chandrabhaga at Bandharkot in Kishtwar. Apart from Ilium victorialis, we have another very fascinating wild onion which is called Kier or Fernu. The Kier in Bhadrava area and Fernu in the mountains of Basoli, also called as Jambu in Uttarakhand. And this particular allium has the linear leaves and its dried leaves are used as condiment under the name Kier or Fernu or Jumbo. This is Allium strachyi, which is also found in Lither Valley. Another fascinating wild onion which I spotted for the first time in Kabul Sar, Kabul Gully in Tolail, Gurez, in Kashmir mountains. That was Ilium saminobi or Saminob's onion. Again delicious. It has two leaves and they are cylindrical, festular, and it has the yellow colored flowers borne in umbels. It grows above 3000 meter altitude in the wilderness. Ilium saminobi or Saminob's onion is also found on way to Amarnath cave shrine. So it is also found in the Lither Valley and at Panchtarani, Ilium saminobi. Another more fascinating and beautiful flower with purple flowers is also found in the Himalayas, which is called the Himalayan onion, Ilium wallacei. Even it is used as condiment and for the treatment of various ailments. Even the Ilium strachyi has been reported to be useful in jaundice and for the treatment of respiratory troubles and toning the digestive system. Ilium wallacei or Himalayan onion, its bulbs are roasted and eaten by the locals, and they are also supposed to be medicinal for the treatment of cough and cold. In Sundarbani area and even in Jammu Sidda, we had the one Ilium, that is Ilium rubellum or garam masala, sometimes called by the local people. And this is also dried and its leaves are also used as flavoring condiment like onions. We have many Ilium species growing in the temperate regions, subtropical hills, and subalpine situations. But the Ilium victorialis is very unusual as it has the very broad leaves which are unlike any onion or garlic. And onion and garlic, they are called as ban pran sometimes in Kashmir or padi pran. Pran is the Kashmiri name for any onion. In Sanskrit, onion and garlics are called as plandu. So when we taste any dish or cuisine in which we have added garlic and onion, we must remember the wilderness also, the wide diversity of iliums and garlics growing in the wilderness, especially the victory onion, Ilium victorialis, locally called as Vatrub, in the Madhwa Valley of Kishtwar Mountains.